today we're really happy to have Amber here, and Amber is coming all the way from the US to Florence. Today we had the opportunity to talk about our amazing partnership we're building with Teamwork Commerce. And Amber, do you want to explain what Teamwork Commerce is doing and what value is providing for our common customer?
Sure. Teamwork Commerce was traditionally a point-of-sale company. We are very strong in technology and development and have grown from only point-of-sale to a large order management system. We have a built-in CRM as well as our mobile point-of-sale. And everything that we offer is cloud-based for specialty retailers that are lower mid-market all the way to enterprise level. We are trying to create unified commerce where there's not the friction points between all the different retail systems, there's not friction between e-commerce and brick and mortar, and we're trying to just unify the entire experience for streamlined operations and better business decisions, as well as just a better customer experience.
Good. So omnichannel is the key word here.
Yes.
Good. So what are the biggest, difficulties when it comes to omnichannel, especially in the US?
One of the largest challenges in the US is the segregation between the e-commerce business and the brick and mortar business. They almost seem to operate as two different entities instead of having a unified view. And because they're so separated, it makes decision-making as a company very hard. It leads to poor customer experience. They may buy online and they can't return in store, or they're in a store that doesn't offer that product that they want and they lose the sale because the customer leaves and they may not get back online to find the same product online. So it's very fragmented and very hard to see all your data holistically.
Good. And so what is the priority for you on this point? So do you think all companies are moving towards that direction, or there are some companies that would like to be omnichannel but really they don't?
I think that as technology advances and people are moving more toward the web, it's very important for us to not lose the customer experience in store. And to help tie it all together, you must be omnichannel. I think that it's difficult because omnichannel means so many different things to each retailer. So in order to simplify it, you have to have the right partners.
Yeah.
And the right ShippyPro and Teamwork working together. You have to have great partners involved to create a retail ecosystem and help simplify it, because retailers aren't experts in all the different softwares or how they connect together. And many companies claim to be omnichannel when they're not. And they don't really understand what the retailer is looking for.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that retailers do focus on moving to omnichannel and that they pick great partners.
Yeah. Because we have, you have a really strong US vision on that. It would be really good for our customers that are more in Europe to have a comparison between the omnichannel in the US and Europe. So what are the main differences between the US market and Europe in terms of omnichannel, especially for European customers that are now moving towards omnichannel, but it's something new for them?
It's scary. It's a big investment. It's scary to learn something new and change over what you're used to a new system. We've seen in the US that was where they were a couple of years ago. They were scared to go mobile in the store. They were afraid of breaking the iPads or losing data and not being able to service the customer the way that they wanted, or to have a hard time training employees. So I think that it's really about educating and making the retailer feel comfortable with the partner and knowing that we're not just going to sell you something and then leave you to be. You've got to have a partner that's going to continue to work with you and continue to understand your business and help omnichannel grow the way you need it to grow instead of just shoving a system at you. So I think that the US has had a couple more years getting used to it, and now everybody has mobile. Yeah. Most of the stores, you have to have mobile, you have to have a website. And I think over in Europe that, they're starting to see that trend and go that way, but you can make a mistake and do e-commerce by itself and web in-store by itself, and it's very broken. You've got to make sure that if you are going omni-channel, that your systems are talking to each other. So.
Great. So what do you think are the 3 or main advantages for customers that used to go that way, used to go omni-channel?
Yeah, I would say the first one is customers. You have to be able to know your customer. You have to be able to see what they've bought online, what they've bought in store, their past histories, if they need to return something without a receipt, if they want to buy a gift card online and use in store, or buy from a different store and have it shipped over. You've got to be able to service the customer. So that's one of the most important things that omnichannel will bring you, is the holistic vision or universal customer view across all channels. The second one that's so important is inventory. You have to know what you have to sell and available to sell, and you have to know what demand is and not be short on inventory when somebody comes in to buy it. If somebody comes into my store wanting a blue shirt and we don't have any more blue, I don't want to send them away or say, look online. I want to be able to scan a barcode or look an item up and find where it's located in different stores to be able to help them right then and there and also capture the sale. And then the last thing I would say is the data. It's very important to have analytics around your company and data around all the different pieces that you've got going on and have them easily available to you. Without that data, it's very hard to make good decisions and grow your company.
Do you see any increase in revenue for companies that go omnichannel? Because this is really interesting for our customers that are thinking about going that way.
Yes, definitely. Not only our sales increased because of customer experience and not losing, like I mentioned, the sale where before you didn't have it in store, so you had to send them away or say, sorry, I don't have it. You can capture that sale now. You can also do things like, instead of buying a bunch of product from a vendor, you can order from the vendor as the customer purchases it. So it's not sitting there waiting to hopefully get purchased or maybe not. So we've seen a lot of efficiencies in the stock, the money spent, also workflow. It doesn't take as much personnel when you've got a good vision of your company and things are streamlined and not so manual. You don't need so much manpower and hours pulling data and looking at things. So it makes every aspect much more efficient.
Good. So efficiency is the word here.
Yeah, it really is.
Good. And you were talking about workflow, which is really important in today's business. And where do you see teamwork, commerce as a brain of retailers? So do you see kind of a connection? What are the partners that you normally work with and you integrate with when you start an omnichannel project?
So Teamwork has a big system. We have order management built in, we have a CRM built in, we have a point of sale. However, we realize that, other companies, retailers have these legacy platforms they put millions into. They don't want to rip them up. It's too much effort, too much money, too hard to do. So they want to leave them there. So it's important that, you're picking a partner that has flexibility to partner in with other specialties. For example, ShippiePro, we know nothing about shipping at Teamwork. ShippiePro is the expert. So we lean on great partners that have a global omni-channel vision like we do and are experts in their field to link up together to bridge the gap between shipping and POS or e-commerce and brick and mortar warehousing. So we do definitely try and pick best in breed companies, ShippyPro and Shipping, Shopify, Magento, PrestaShop, Salesforce, and e-commerce, the big names that are out there with the technology and trying to evolve as this omni-channel, is needed.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so I guess your customers are required to have everything integrated, right? Or do you suggest your customers to integrate all their systems together?
It depends on their unique workflow. Sometimes it makes sense to integrate everything. Sometimes the way they operate, they don't need it, but in order to achieve omni-channel, you have to have your e-commerce and brick and mortar minimum need to be tied together. Your payment system should be tied to your e-commerce and your brick and mortar so that you can allow things like gift cards that are bought online to be used in store. That's actually a pain point that a lot of retailers can't do right now. So some are must-have integrated. Some of them, as long as they're a partner and work with it, you could keep it outside. But you need to really evaluate and look at your processes and see how you can streamline for efficiency.
That's amazing. Yeah. What was the thing that made you decide to start working with us with ShippiePro?
Yeah, definitely. I am the VP of Partnerships, so one of my main responsibilities is picking these best-in-breed companies. We have a shipping partner in the U.S. That could only work in the U.S., and we're a global company. We needed a partner that also is looking globally and not so focused in one area, and is really, because that's omnichannel. You have to be able to have your US store talk to your London store, talk to your Italian store. So I needed a partner that thought like we did. And I did a lot of research into many shipping companies globally. And in the end, I found that ShippiePro had omnichannel when they built their system. They had things like, you guys had things like tracking, you had the email notifications, where you could compare different pricing for customers, things like that. Plus you also had very advanced APIs. Some of the other companies aren't built with the technology architecture that you guys have. And you need that in order to evolve and add more features. And we're not looking for companies that have their product and that's it, because everything evolves. We need a partner that can evolve with us. And we really liked how ShippiePro was structured, what your interface looked like. It was very easy to use. Our development team integrated in with you guys very easily. And we're excited for this project that we have going on. We've white labeled you guys. We have built ShippiePro into our actual mobile point of sale. And from the actual point of sale, you can finish the transaction, select the shipping, and print the label right then and there, ship it out to a different store, from a warehouse, to the customer, whatever it may be, within seconds without ever leaving our system. It's an amazing experience for the associate, for the people in the warehouse, for the customer to be able to purchase and get from somewhere else. So that was our phase one that we did for an international client that is based in Europe, Asia, US. We're very excited about that, and we're going to add more features on, like the email notifications. Very exciting opportunity to be able to have retailers upsell and cross-sell based on sending out these email notifications about where the shipping is. So just overall, I thought you guys were a top company globally for shipping.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're really proud of this project. And also the roadmap, if you want to show the roadmap of all the offices you're going to open and all the countries you're going to
so teamwork, we're global. We have our US office in Tampa, Florida. We have offices in Mexico, Brazil, Ukraine, and Japan. We are opening an office in Ireland and one in the UK in London, and then also Shanghai. So we're growing very fast. We've got lots of clients globally, and that's why it was so important to pick the right partner for this ecosystem to really achieve omnichannel.
Yeah, we're so proud of it. So thank you so much, Amber, for showing all this knowledge about omnichannel. I hope and I think that our customers that need an omnichannel partner, they're going to choose Teamwork Commerce, and we're integrated with it, so we're going to help also the onboarding and the contact between ShippiePro and Teamwork Commerce. And we hope that this project is going to be good.
Yes.
And of course it's going to be amazing in the next years to come.
Definitely. Thank you for having me, and very excited to be a partner of ShippiePro's.